Now they're going to pick the Lone Druid instead of last game. All right, but then, well, you're right. So they picked two of the heroes we actually would have loved to see last game.
Yeah.
They just want to lane Lone Druid against Viper. Lone Druid is going to have a free lane, and Nyx Assassin with Carapace, uncontrollable damage on side of Viper, easy to execute, easy to stun him.
Now, what do you get here? I think, honestly, they're not going to ban the... I like the Elder Titan here still. I don't think it's like the greatest versus either of these two heroes, because obviously Carapace and Lone Druid has insane movement speed and whatnot, but DY's shown he likes playing it, and he's just crazy. Like, he just walks around. He actually does just show up at random places. You're like, why is he here? And he just gets a kill.
They're going to need a gap closer. Vici Gaming loves to play a Centaur, and if he goes for that Spirit Bear build, you need to find Lone Druid who's squishy and just delete him.
Do you think they would take 2 cores here, though? Again? I guess they did do it game 1, so...
They lost that game.
They did. You're right. I don't know. I like Elder Titan, Rasta, or Centaurs, you say. I mean, it's Yang's best hero, too. Like, no reason not to get it for him. I mean, there are some reasons, but... I'm glad the Chen's banned. I do not enjoy watching Chen at all.
Why not? He's bringing people all over the map, making things happen. He's making pushes like more intense.
I feel they just like gutted the hero. They made him a buffer instead of this hero who like kind of farms the jungle, has an like now, right? You don't even have a creep army. It feels like you have like 2 catapults and like a wolf. Like I feel like they ruined the basic functionality of that hero, even though they technically didn't.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened to Tidehunter? I thought Tidehunter was supposed to be good now. Was his last nerf actually that bad?
Strength gain got reduced.
Sure, but was it that like intense that we just don't see him anymore ever?
I think only certain teams were picking him, right? And he was only getting picked as like a middle, as a counter to certain heroes. And I just don't think those teams are here, right? Like, I mean, we brought up the Team Spirit, like 9 always played that hero middle. There's just not many teams who played, I don't think.
Okay.
All right. Bane against Lone Druid. You're going to cast Enfeeble, less attack speed, and status resistance also.
Oh, get the Pango. The Pango Bane was still like the nastiest thing we saw day 1. He just was literally silenced for 16 seconds when he got lucky shot. It was actually insane. I did not realize like that worked. I mean, I should have known it worked like that, but that was pretty fun.
The thing I like about you, Grant, is you're never afraid to admit your mistakes, even though if they happen 20, 25 times per game.
Yep, that's the key, you know. If I admit I'm wrong before you guys can, I can make fun of you first.
Sure. That's a great way of...
That's a great way to look at jokes on you guys. I'm dumb.
That's a good stance in life, you know. It makes you smile.
PA. I like that. That's smart. I'm surprised Gambit doesn't play PA more. It feels like it would really fit in with their style. It's not, though. What do they want to take? I assume you just take your other support here. You have a Nyx who's kind of doesn't really do that much in the early game, so maybe get someone who does.
Should they not pick Pango themselves?
I can see FN saying, "Give me Ember Spirit."
Again?
I mean, it is better versus these 2 heroes for sure than other heroes.
Phoenix Group is pretty good against them, though.
That's true. Phoenix Group's pretty good against everyone, though. That's the thing.
Sure, but there's also still a support still yet to be picked for Vici Gaming. So would you really want to pick Ember? The chance that there's going to be another support with heavy disabled, there is still Shadow Shaman in the pool.
Yep.
Ooh. Speaking of supports, first appearance of Oracle today, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. We saw it once yesterday. I like it. It obviously denies a couple of picks. I honestly think Vici Gaming, with Viper, we've seen him play the Darkseer as well, and you just can't do that versus Oracle, which is nice. And yes, I love it. I wish we saw more. I still love this hero. And I don't know, tag team's still a great. I think Snowball. So now both teams, they have a lot of saves, right? You have the Oracle, obviously, just saves for days. Now you have the Snowball and the Sleep on Bane on Vici Gaming. Both teams doing something a little bit different. Hey, Lacoste, you right, baby?
There it is.
Ember comes out. Do you think it was FN? Like, yo, I could have schooled him last game, but, you know, I wanted to make it cool. We'll just school him game 3 instead.
Sometimes it's just like that. What do you want to play? What's your comfortable hero?
And I mean, he showed game 1. Even game 2, he played it fine. Oh, okay, the Sven. this. I think more than likely it's going to be Yang's hero, honestly.
Lacoste, you yesterday said that if you saw a Sven, you were always going to vote against that team. How?
Always. Yeah, I didn't change my mind.
Okay.
It's not a great
If it's
hero.
the best role for him is position 3.
I hope that's what they do. There's no reason to have a core. Well, it is still core in position 3, but no reason to have like a carry Sven against a lone druid and an Ember. And already, I think Gambit already changed exactly what they need to do. What Coach Lacoste said. You still have the Ember, but instead of a Spectre, you got a lone druid now. So you actually have someone who hits buildings very easily. Vici Gaming, they've got a little bit. They do have a Sven who's a lot better than most melees at hitting buildings, but I think you still need something else. You need team fight if you're Vici, actually.
I think one of the reasons why they picked Oracle is they want to dispel Bane's
Enfeeble?
minus. Yeah, it's really good against Bear, so they want to keep Bear alive. Also, a lot of magical damage coming out from Viper.
Dude, neither team has like any team fight. I just realized.
Yep.
This is going to be a lot of skirmishes. Unlike last game where it's like Necro versus Darkseer. Everyone loves to watch that. This one is going to be skirmishes and split pushing with the lone druid. Vici Gaming. I hope it's an offlane Sven. Because they have to pick next. What would you want to pick for your boy Paparazzi? Paparazzi always plays Sven, though, so I'm not sure, actually.
Gambit is expecting that Sven to be offlane. They ban out Lifestealer.
Lifestealer is just very good versus Bear, too. You just definitely don't want that.
Do you want to have another hero that can transition easily into the late game like they had with the PA?
Yeah, for sure. I think Vici needs one hero that can scale. Viper can fall off. Same goes for Sven. If it's position either 1 or 3. So I think they need something secured for the late game. And they picked gap closers. Sven is with the Warcry. Same goes for Tusk. They want to find this Bear.
Even Bane, if he gets an Aether Lens, it's not bad. That Nightmare cast range is insane.
Don't
They
they
know what
go
they
for it?
want. He's ready.
Oh.
They go. It is going to be okay. I thought so. I was
Alright.
like, Paparazzi loves playing. I don't think it's the best hero for him, but the one region I like is definitely China when they play carry Sven. They know how to play it a lot better than other regions.
Good pickup. Even though Beastmaster was banned out by Vici, they're going to have a Batrider, something that can keep this Sven in place. Even if he blinks in, there's a counter initiation from a Batrider that goes through the BKB, and they can just drag him, or in the late game, BKB is going to go down to 5 seconds, pretty much whole duration.
Just a very underrated hero. I'm surprised we haven't seen like Bat more at all.
Bat position 4 is insanely good.
Yeah. I think it was offlane, though.
This one is going to be offlane.
You like him? Yeah, I agree. I just like the hero in general. Like, he doesn't really lose a lane as a support or as a 3, and he's still one of the best catches in the game besides Beast, which was banned. And I'm really surprised we don't see it more.
All right.
Good hero.
So who will be skipping Elimination Saturday and moving straight to Playoff Sunday?
Gambit.
Wow,
I believe
there's no hesitation there.
I love the Batrider. Not only that, it's a Batrider versus Sven carry. Like, Sven, until he gets BKB, cannot do anything. Like, Batrider actually just destroys the hero for 20 minutes. Like, what's he going to do? Try to turn around and throw a stun when he has 0? I really like the battle.
It's going to be a hard game. Batrider as a last pick is insanely good.
It's the glue.
I mean, I'm a coach of Gambit.
Of course.
Sorry, I'm a traitor.
That was fast. All right, one more game. Let's find out who indeed will take the series. It is over to Trent and Lyrical.
Thank you again, Sheever, and our crew of panelists that are coaches, apparently.
Yeah, wow, what an upgrade. I had no idea. That explains what happened to Gambit in game number 2. Lacoste took over, and there we were. So, as you can see, he's back to the panel. Thankfully, not up on stage to make sure that this game will go a little bit better for Dahak and the boys. And, you know, it's not too often that you wind up with a 10th pick in the draft being an offlaner. These days, it tends to be that flexibility between the mid or the safe lane, but perhaps with the help of that Nyx Assassin, maybe faking out some sort of an offlane hero, they managed to grab one of the best 10th pick offlaner heroes in the entire game, perhaps the very best in the Batrider. And we've reached a meta now where all of his typical counters, except for the Phantom Lancer, really, in the laning phase, are banned out. right?
Yeah.
They protected it with both the Nyx Assassin and the Oracle. These are two of the best heroes. Like this Batrider had been planned, right? This is not a coincidence that they wind up with these heroes and then a final pick into the Batrider. It just looks so damn good this game. So very well thought out here from Gambit. And there's just really no laning answer here. I don't know what they're going to do. This Batrider has a completely free start to the game, and in combination with the Ember Spirit, it feels like they just have so much room to make space across this map for the Lone Druid.
And, you know, you talked about those heroes being banned out with the, like, second to last pick, or rather, second to last ban, Lifestealer. I was kind of wondering, okay, Batrider, is that what they're going to go for? Apparently, Vici didn't think it was that big of a deal. We also see the really nice play there by Dahak. He placed down the... He sent his bear in vision, where only if there was a ward there, it would have spotted him behind the trees. So they know there's a ward, and they're going to be able to get the D ward. But regardless, they didn't want to take the Juggernaut themselves, and they end up running now a Sven into the Batrider. Going to be a rough life.
Yeah, they definitely do not want to run into each other in the laning phase. That is for sure. We'll see if Gambit maybe will just end up being happy with this matchup, because really they're just going to dumpster the Brewmaster either way. I don't know if they're going to be that committed to trying switching up the lanes. Like you can see, no one's really running anywhere. It seems like they're just going to be content with this. And the Brewmaster can just block his wave as we get a little bit of combat up top here on that first wave.
Oh, and they're trying to zone out FN so that way they can ensure they get a good matchup, because now he's going to be forced to TP the lane maybe.
Yeah, or face the wrath of a Bane and a Tusk.
Exactly.
And there he goes. So now, yeah, exactly that. Now he can't move. That is the big thing. That's actually massive here from Vici Gaming, because now that makes so the Batrider can't get in lane versus the Sven. They can't do a lane swap because they forced that TP out of FN. Again, I think Gambit were kind of happy with the scenario anyway, but at least now that's secured.
Yeah. I mean, and if they did really want to do it, then maybe you could have gone for like a TP by Ember, but then it's the same type of situation where they just follow with the TPs and it doesn't work out. But now it's for sure going to be the way that they want it to. And, well, this is not a terrible tri-lane, I think. Bane obviously very strong in it, and Fade with the tag team is going to do a lot of damage here onto FNG, trying to bring him down, and First Blood going to DY.
Yeah, Tusk has definitely fallen off in terms of the tier list of Dota 2 supports. He was king of it for a long time, but man, that is a really early kill. I thought we were going to wait till like level 3 or 4 for the Batrider 1v1 against the Brewmaster, but
apparently not.
He even had Stick. And now he's a full wand finished, and oh my god, did he try and TP? Oh jeez. Oh Yang.
That's not good.
No, that's real. This game's over. This Batrider, dude, this Bat is going to be so fat. Because what's going to happen? They don't even have a block on the hard camp. So this Batrider now has full wave. He might even get a second full wave by the time the slow Brewmaster gets here, because he went wand first. He's going to be farming every single wave, every single hard camp, and the Brewmaster can't contest him. And they just don't have a hero that deals with Batrider. I mean, Afterlife can win this game on his own, pretty much. You don't get to see that very often in Dota, but honestly, it feels like one of those.
Alan dominating the lane into eventually maybe they're going to need to rotate to try and make something happen, but even these heroes aren't really that great at rotating and killing Batrider. I mean, you just sort of Firefly over the top of the shards, and suddenly he doesn't care about Tusk at all. Nick's not the type of hero that can have the same type of luxury. But he is going to throw out one more Impale before he hits the dirt. Still, this lane not going amazing. Ember 4 and 2, but the other two going quite well. Breaking even in mid, I would say, I guess.
Yeah, to be fair, though, I mean, if you keep winning this lane real hard for Vici Gaming, this is pretty big, because we do have 6 out of the 10 heroes allocating here, and I guess at this point you're going to see the Nyx Assassin even TPs to the bottom lane.
Interesting.
So we might actually see a lane swap coming out here.
It for him.
Yeah, he might go for a stack, go for a kill, and then you'll probably see a swap as they try and mix things up a little bit.
All right, Immersion is not going to stack it.
Or they can just straight up go for a kill, honestly, because like one stun should lead into it. And he's got some tangos to cut through the trees if he wants the express entrance. Meanwhile, back up top, the creep's under the tower, so don't worry about it. And there he goes.
Save the stun.
Oh,
make sure there's no TP. Although it finally does come out. He could go for the TP now if he wants to, but it's just going to be a full dive underneath the tower, and Mr. Yang is dead.
Oh, he
a lot of damage there. Afterlife did not do his numbers right. It's punished.
All right, the Bar Buddies managed to get the return kill onto the Batrider. So Afterlife pays the price on that one. He will have raindrops now coming back, but he has now broken up that top lane, and yeah, here comes the swap. This kind of all started with the Nyx move over there as well. And, and the Brewmaster committed his TP bottom. That means the Brew is stuck down here, and now if they just bring the Sven, that means there's just no one versus Batrider.
Yeah, so they do kind of have to keep that Sven stuck up there. Good recognition by Gambit, taking advantage of that moment. And now it's going to be a bit of a tougher lane for Paparazzi. Do they have sticks? They have one on DY.
Yeah, it was try v try, so they 100% have sticks ready anyway. Won't be full wands, but 2v1, I mean, they can at least get something done here.
In the meantime, they did retreat back with the Viper, so a good amount of damage onto that Tier 1 tower, but this is the way that you keep your cores alive.
Yep, nice use of the Nightmare there, but it is still during the Firefly, so he can try and put the full pressure onto the wave, try and shove his own wave under the tower and get this pushed back closer to his own area for better control here. So far, so good, though.
Turning on to FN, needs to be careful. Sleight of Fist, the tag team damage. It's doing a lot to this Ember Spirit, and it's going to be the kill. Meanwhile, Tusk is a big, tanky walrus and does not care about your feeble right clicks. Impale is going to connect onto Yang. He might care a little bit more with Purifying Flames, but he'll decide to go for it since he didn't have a Fortune End, and just waiting now for this bounty rune, it looks like. And need to be careful.
Oh, man,
a Nightmare
the Nightmare
there.
here, too. Man, Vici have done such a great job of stabilizing this game.
Yeah.
Because Afterlife, look, we've seen this game so many times, right, with these Bat Riders. Where this exact same thing happens, and the game actually just feels over. It feels like there's nothing you can do, and you have no hero to stop him, and he just runs over these lanes. But they're finding these quick moments with the Nightmare. They just got to make sure that Paparazzi doesn't go down here. And he has himself a stun. He has a TP, so he should be okay.
I mean, we talked about how great it was going to be. He's behind the Sven right now. The Ember Spirit is just getting dominated. He's the second lowest level in the game.
Yeah, and I think it's that pressure of trying to give FN something good that's resulting in the issues for Afterlife. As well as just the rotations from Vici Gaming. Like, bringing down that Tusk to the bottom lane was a very smart play. Getting the return kill on the bat, slowing his momentum, stopping his bottle from coming out, and then he doesn't even have bottle when the 5-minute bounties come up. He doesn't even get the 5-minute bounties because of that.
Yeah, you go from winning one lane really hard to kind of losing.
Here's a rotation again, though.
And Immersion, he's going to go down. FN doesn't really have anywhere left to go either. Needs to be careful. They do get the slowdown, and that's going to be enough to keep FN alive. But yeah, what I'm saying is that you went from winning the Batrider lane super hard to now losing bottom and kind of breaking even top and losing mid-ish. I mean, I guess 43 and 19 on the CS for the Bears, not losing, but...
This is such a good Tusk game, though. Like, Fade is finding all these perfect fights, right? They always have so many of their own heroes stacked up that they're getting the maximum value out of this level 2 tag team. The guy has 120 games on Earth Spirit, and then next closest is 77 on Tusk. And then it just kind of falls off from there into, like, Rubik and a couple other heroes. But he's so experienced in this.
Another Nightmare. DY saving lives on giving up his for the cause. So they do eventually burn him down.
Got some 4v4 action happening down
yeah,
here.
What's
I mean, there's
going
a
on?
Viper kind of hanging out in the jungle as DY goes down. I mean, I guess we're used to this from Viper, that's for sure. But, man, I think Vici have out-rotated them here, though. I'm very impressed. I mean, they had the superior tri-lane, that is for sure, because of the Tusk and the Bane, and they're really abusing that. Even though the other matchups, like the core matchups, aren't that great, the fact that the Viper just retreats to the jungle is really working out for them right now. And they've answered this Batrider.
And still keeping 4 heroes in the bottom lane. Brew is left completely alone right now.
So one thing we were also looking at upstairs was Break and the Bear. I don't know if the panel went over this with you guys, but you do end up losing the Demolish. You end up losing the Entangle. So that's kind of an interesting thing. If you think about how this Bear wants to siege high ground, if you just throw the Nether Toxin on top, it actually slows it down a lot. Not just high ground too, like tier 2s and everything, but see how that plays into it later on.
More tag team and Immersion going to die because of it.
1-0-5. All 6 kills. Fade Dota.
He's making it happen. Flame Break to push Yang back, and Afterlife is no longer having this dominant game that we would want. But he did get level 6 right now. Can go for the grab if he wants it with the lasso. Pulls him back in, and Immersion has the stun afterwards. Well played.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gives him the thanks.
Yeah, quick kill with the lasso. That's definitely what you want. You want to kill every single time it's off cooldown. FN, I mean, he started to recover a little bit, but really this Batrider, just the fact that he's below the Brewmaster is pretty stunning. Just again, the impressive rotations and decision making here from Vici Gaming, especially when it kind of looked like they were the ones that might run into trouble with some of those TP scrolls being used. But one thing that they did do is that every time they made one of those rotations, they succeeded in getting that big kill, right? Like they have 4 heroes in a lane, sure, but as long as you get a kill out of it, it kind of helps it out. But
Snowball forward, use the fear already, and lift up there with the Panda also means that Batrider isn't going to be able to do as much as he would have wanted. Keeping him caught, broken. Does get the heal coming in from the Oracle. It's pretty nice taking away all of that magic damage, and it's like he is going to be able to get the walkway for a moment, but only for a moment, as eventually Ori claims his prize and takes the kill. Dude, Vici are just flying.
Fade's popping off. I mean, the guy is actually snowballing so hard for this team. He's just doing it. I don't even think he needs snowball. It's mostly tag team, frankly. But you can see he's waiting for the Batrider. He's keeping an eye on that Firefly. The second it ends, he throws out the ice shards. He's like, yeah, you're stuck. You're not going anywhere. He's clean up for us.
I mean, this is the old classic for him. Fade Tusk. It was what he was known for when it first started off.
Yeah, for Thunder. Just played it all the time.
So that Lone Druid getting his farm on, trying to get towards that Midas.
Man, they're ready to smoke again. Look at these guys go. They got the Atos ready to roll. And DY, even though he's level 4, he's like, yeah, it's fine. Tome, yeah, we can give that to Fade, I guess. And this is right at that 10-minute mark.
Oh, recalls the bear as the stun went out for it. Looks like they will take FN, though.
Level 5 Ember.
Man.
Feels bad, man.
Just can't do anything. He has been so badly hurt this game.
He really has. And it feels like a lot of their game plan has been shoved around for him, and it's kind of punishing their other cores.
And, you know, the other thing that they're sort of mentioning, Grant was talking about this on the panel, is this game is going to be like a lot of skirmishes and split pushes, pick-off type of stuff. There's less team fight as a whole, but if you have that slight lead in team fight with the Brewmaster, then it's going to be Vici really dominating the pace of the game the entire time once they come out ahead. So we'll have to see. How did Gambit come back from this one with the 2,000 gold lead 10 minutes in?
Doesn't look like they're going to actually get to use his Invis rune on Fade, unfortunately. Although, with Immersion nearby, he's like, oh, that was a level 5 Bane. There's a Radiant Sentry, though.
They got him.
playing it cool.
Oh, no damage coming out from Nightmare. And they are going to break. They are going to kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
EY always there, and now the lift up onto Afterlife. They've got another whole boulder, throw out the punches, find themselves this Batrider, and maybe going to be able to get that kill. God, Vici are just all over him.
11-4 now, 2K lead, killing this Batrider that won the game at 30 seconds, I believe I said. They've now, it turns out that didn't happen, believe it or not. Really weird.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Dota would just instantly end. Yeah. And Fade is just suddenly here again. He's still at 100% right now. 2-0-9, and there are 11 kills.
Part of everything. What a player.
Nick Assassin is going to scout him out. And, well, in the mid lane, though, FN, yeah, he'll get away. There is damage here from the Oracle. This might be his first death right now.
Well, trying to turn. Now in some trouble. Afterlife there as well. Needs to get out. He is calling for some pings, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference.
I rotated for you, team.
And maybe they're going to be able to rotate for him to try and save a life. He's not going to be able to walk away from this one, or maybe he is. Maybe he lives through it all. Fade, able to survive. They have the Fiend's Grip down and the Nightmare on the other side of it. Vici, no man left behind.
Oh, Afterlife not going to be able to find a courier here. So he's just kind of stuck. There is vision there. They do see him. And they also might have known that he had no TP. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And once again, the game winner. Just doing typical things you're doing when you're dominating a match as Batrider.
Oh, no.
What a fall from grace.
This has been tragic.
Best 10th pick ever. It looked so good. It really did. By all conditions, this looked like the perfect back game. But being moved around this map, honestly being pulled across the map by Vici Gaming too, as they just punish this Ember so hard that the Gambit are always looking for a solution to bring FN back into it. But to prevent his own tilt, they have thrown their own bat off a cliff.
You want super Canadian there for a second.
Yeah, sorry. It's getting late.
Another Sentry Ward placed down here. Vici prepping for the Nyx Assassin to show up, and guess what? They got him. Nightmare out again. This is going to be a dead bug, squishing him all day long. He wants to find an impale somewhere, but he gets brain sapped while he's in the air. His jaw on the floor. I'm sure that bugs have jaws.
Yeah, I believe they're mandibles, actually. If you want to be appropriate here. And
Dude, FNG.
He has the false promise in 3 seconds.
What is happening? There's 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. Although it does look like he's going to get out that Fortune's End and have to pop the ulti on the Hawk just to make sure he gets out of there. But his bear is not long for this world. So they slowly and steadily take him down and kill it off. Fade getting the kill. 2-0 and 12.
Right now, 4K lead here. Okay, where do we go here? How do we stabilize if you're on the side of Gambit right now? Because they're still just walking at you with an Atos Viper.
Yeah. It's really tough. They want to try and find this kill on a paparazzi. You do find the Impale. Need some entangles. Oh, Sven is really quick, though.
Oh, they got him.
There's the root. That's what they needed. And nobody is nearby to help this guy out. He needs to run out of there. Just going to TP away. Oh, they got the fear. They got him caught. Now the chase down, and no Nightmare to save. Yang shows up as well. Are Vici starting to throw this back around, or have they been able to turn it around onto Gambit yet again? Broken, chasing, punches, got him. Now, of course, the Fiend's Grip to finish off FN. 5-17 and a 4,000 gold lead. You take their Sven, but you take your Ember again.
Ends up just being an even trade in the end. And this Bat is just trying to find something. He started off so well. Looked like he was going to have a really quick game into some drums, and now he's just at the point where he's thinking about Boots of Travel instead. Maybe trying to buy more time. And when you don't get the lane domination as Bat Rider, it really is a completely different hero. That's he's got two sides, right? He is the side of like, okay, I'm just gonna get a blink and try and work with a bunch of nuke heroes, or it's like, okay, I just dumpstered my lane. I got drums, I got bots. Like, let's just run at them. But he's in the surprise factor this time. They have the surprise factor of a courier kill, which was the spirit vessel there that Fade has been working on forever.
Nice. It's a good pickup there.
It might cost him his life though. No more Carapace.
It's gonna cost him a spirit vessel charge. Oh no, he doesn't have one.
He's not there.
It's the Tusk. Never mind.
Fade's on the run.
He wants to kill this bear again. That also will not be happening.
Well, Afterlife is down. Oh, here we go. This is another, getting paparazzi again here. Okay, this is the stabilization they've been looking for.
Yeah, double kills for him. Paparazzi wants to run away to go home, but it's not going to happen either. In the meantime, mid lane going to be pressured by Vici.
I think they should be able to take this. I don't see the rest of the Dire Heroes getting back here in time. Of course, from our point of view, it's obvious to see that they're not going to get here. It just depends if VG feel the same way. They want to secure that DD, and maybe a little hesitant, or he is now coming back. One hero shows. It's so low, though. And yeah, he's going to come in and clean this one up. And that is also a mech done for him, too. Of course, we know they're only missing the Spirit Vessel, so pretty sad there. Fade will have the golden here in a moment just to finish it. But Immersion, with this Carapace, he can set up for something here.
Oh,
he's still got a lot of time left on the Vendetta.
Yeah, getting that break as well.
Oh, he's so greedy right now.
Man, Ori, this is dangerous. Danger Town. Are there any TPs, though, to try and go on him? I mean, you break the Corrosive Phase as well. Yang runs into Afterlife, and in the same time, they're deciding to go now onto the Viper.
There's no last for the longest time. Yeah, there we go. Carapace to start.
Broken. Punches. Chasing. So they find the kill onto the Batrider, but it looks like they'll be able to take Ori.
Yep.
And that's a big trade.
Oh, Immersion dies just in the last ticks there.
Oh, and now the punish coming in. They find the Bane, but he is going to be able to just walk away from that bear.
And a Vlad's also done for Yang, so plenty of items going to be popping off here in a minute when this courier returns for Vici Gaming, and that'll probably signal they're heading into the Roche pit.
Yeah, it's like 3 big items.
Yeah, it's not as fast as it was before without the stacking of the Nether Toxins, but still something that they can look towards controlling. This is just not the best heroes aside from the Batrider, and we know he's pretty poor. Also going for the boots, that's kind of one of the worst things about this build is that it is not good at Roche compared to something like the drums or even the Blink Dagger. Just is good at split pushing and being involved in the most kills he can be, though.
So Gambit playing on the right side of the map, also playing now into the Radiant main jungle. It's still the lone Druid that's sitting top of the charts in terms of net worth, and even though it's a 5,000 gold lead and a pretty significant kill advantage for Vici,
Yep.
it does feel like Gambit have gotten their feet back under them.
Man, I've been praising Fade so much, but DY also 7-1-4. He has a ton of gold. He's richer than both of the supports on the Dire side as kind of this like poverty bane, and already has double bracers and 1,200 gold to work with here.
Find FNG, immediately takes off the Atos, still running and chasing, trying to get this kill on the Oracle.
They just know if anyone TPs in, he can just split.
Yeah.
But all right, that's good use of the bear. Low committal.
Earns a clap
you hear
from the
one
crowd.
guy clap. Yep.
It's a Maelstrom done for FN now as well.
Radiant structures are
Once he
fortified.
manages to get the...
Radiant's bottom tower
I like his
is
positioning
under
here,
attack.
right? They don't really have a hero to punish this. Like the double protection, again, this Nyx Assassin with then the follow-up of the Bat Rider and the Ember Spirit. Don't really have the best heroes to catch him out.
Very full courier is going to go out now.
Tranquils and a lot of wards for DUI, so that's his investment right now. It's just going to be Vision. But the ratings is now up. So Gambit have 5 heroes all of a sudden. That is something they've been missing. But all that investment time now coming through. And oh, smoking sleep pod. Oh, run away. The Carapace.
Got him caught, and they can't get there in time to help. Immediately into Roche.
Oh, and there's no buyback.
That was the fastest smoke
he
into kill for
He
Roche.
does have buyback in about 5 seconds, so
Okay.
it is worth fighting here. It's all about Afterlife and the Firefly. But he doesn't have it for 10 more seconds. It might be dead by then. They still
got
have
it.
the split. Yeah, they can't fight this.
Buyback.
This is not good.
They're thinking about
Don't
it. They're
do
moving
it.
in. The Bear is in the midst of all of them, starting to do the damage with the Radiance Burn, but can they take it down? Yes, they will. Do we have a resummon?
Oh, this is so risky. Oh, actually, they drive them out? I can't believe it. I guess they're really just biding their time, honestly, because they don't want to commit a bad split.
Yeah.
But it feels like there's not a lot of options. They probably don't
Roche
know the
is so
timing,
low.
too. Yeah. But it's not that fast, and of course the God Strength's starting to run out, so felt like it was time for them to retreat. They pop a dust. They will see the next assassin. Can teammates save him?
Deep dive. Oh, the Atos now onto the Bat Rider. Impale going to connect, so there's no Fiend Script that comes out. Means they still have it, though. Fear now onto the Viper. Radiance Burn working, but you don't want to lose this Bear. They just lost the one previously. Good amount of damage there onto DY. They back out again. A game of positioning.
Yeah, they want to save that God Strength in combination with the Bruce split. They don't want to just pop one without the other. And FN wasn't able to grab any Searing Chains to really isolate anyone there from the side of Vici Gaming, so they can't commit for a kill. And we continue awkward footsies across Roche, and Ori feeling he can kind of make a aggressive move here and farm up some of that dire side jungle. Stormhammer Dispel's going to be taken here from our Sven.
Okay.
So the Flame Guard, pretty nice one to be taken down, probably the big one. Nothing else really that you can opt for, honestly, in this one. I guess Spirit Link, that's a pretty good one too, actually.
No.
Yeah, that's actually huge. AoE Spirit Link, very nice.
We do have the Bear split pushing along the bottom lane. Need to be a little bit wary as in the jungle they have found one.
Oh, he caught him with just the vision of that Sentry Ward came in,
I mean,
dusting him up.
Ori is here. This is a shrine nearby, and the rest of his team is, well,
He's
gonna
doing
just
some
get him.
scouting work, you know, maybe eyeing for a courier, honestly, with where he was positioning, and there was one coming, so he was close
Okay.
to getting the Greaves.
Fair enough.
Still doesn't have buyback, though. And he's, oh, he used it, my bad.
Yeah. I mean, that might open up Roche for them now because they know he didn't have buyback. They know he doesn't have buyback now. Yeah, and tag team.
Did the Greaves make this pretty much unwinnable for Gambit?
Maybe jump in real quickly to try and steal away the Aegis with the Bat Rider. Can't do it. And now FNG is caught in a bad way. The Bear going to go down as well. Gambit kind of falling to pieces.
He did just get that other bear back at the very least, but yeah, now you, again, still have split. Yang just never pressured you. He's playing like an Enigma this game or something, just never needing that black hole, just always the threat of it. And once again, it drives back the Bat Rider. If Afterlife decides to show on this wave, he will get Ato'd. And we'll see. Yep, he's going to get caught here by Ori.
Top lane. Got him there immediately.
Whoops, the greed. I mean, you got to do something though, right? Because that wave's going to hit the tower, and he knew it. But now this creates an opportunity here. And Immersion might be able to stop any other rotations to the top lane.
Maybe
perhaps
a
get
pick
a kill. Yeah, the Bane is a very juicy target right now. He walks into a Sentry Ward.
Yeah, they still got him though. Takes the fear, no more shenanigans. This Bane has been a player, doing so much for the team.
Even triple Bracer can't save him. Probably 4 Bracers should be enough, I imagine.
That's a lot of HP. It's hard to deal with. So yeah, 7,000 gold lead for Vici. And still does sort of bring up the question to me of how do you sort of play this carry Sven in this game? Because it feels still like this hero can run into issues. Cleave isn't as good as it used to be when you get the AC on the bear.
Oh, that's a Nyx. He just walked. What? Yeah, he's just like, wait a second, I think I saw somebody there.
He backs out. I mean, do you think that carry Sven is going to be good against the cores that Gambit has?
It's definitely a little underwhelming compared to the Liquid style where they ran it, where they had the Darkseer, so he was constantly being surged and Iron Shelled, and it just made this guy look like an absolutely insane position 1. But, you know, Darkseer can do that to a lot of heroes. When you're playing the position Sven without it, eventually you need the Blink Dagger. He's gone a little greedy because he's gone 3 items before it, but honestly, the way the game's been playing, this is totally fine. But the Blink is huge because it just means you blink, you stun, you ult, and you try and get a pick off. At least 1 kill, ideally 2. Yeah, that's 1 quick kill.
Yeah. And that is a lasso used on Illusion.
Well, that'll get you. That was the Illusion rune used by Yang. So, baited. And that's no lasso. I mean, they could easily consider these bottom lanes. I love this. They're not committing high ground. They're just taking everything outside.
They're committing high ground. I love it.
I mean, they drew the line down bottom. I thought they were just going to go for the tier 1 and the tier 2, but it looks like they really like this moment. Without the lasso.
I'm doing what I want. You guys do what you want. I'm doing me.
I guess the question is, can they really punish this? Apparently the answer is no.
I mean, no lasso. They still have ulti from Brew if they want to use it.
Yeah, okay, no, this was not the play. Because they did like no tower damage, and they easily could have had tier 1 bottom at the very least, if not tier 2 as well. I mean, I like the idea. You drove them all back. That means no one else is firing from the side of Gambit. I'm not just saying one play was necessarily the right one or the wrong one, but it looked like there might have been a little bit of disagreement there in the team. Bat will A-toast and then TP his way home.
Long range Nightmare. Find themselves a bear. Does look like it is going to drop now. Fear.
Tap. Oh, sorry. Oh, I had to get that kill. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, guys. And is that the finished hood, I believe, actually, for Fade. So he's going to try. I mean, if this Tusk makes it this game without dying, that is truly a miracle. That does not happen very often for a Tusk player, let alone someone who's been so damn active as Fade has this game. 19 of the 25 kills he's been there for. And bottom lane, they're going to get an Enfeeble into a Fiend's Grip here, an Immersion. Look how long that lasts. My goodness.
Yeah, he's just hanging out for a while.
That was only 2 points in the Enfeeble anyway.
Top lane.
Lasso.
This is another big kill. Losing Paparazzi like this is real bad. Pops the BKB, no more entangles coming out now. It's just going to try and go for the walkway.
TP
Heroes
from the Brew.
It's being slowed down, and yeah, now I need to get out. This is where you escape.
They know there's no bear for a minute if they toss that up there. You can see they're pinging it.
They want to hit the Lone Druid instead. Okay, Fear is there as well. The Hawk under fire. FN trying to create a little bit of space now. Brew's going to end up wearing out his ulti here in a second.
Just throwing spells on his Tusk. It's just like, okay.
They have Immersion that's going to TP back into this in a second as well. They break the TP. They're fully committed at this point, and they do lose the Lone Druid. Ori goes all the way in, and FNG's just going to TP home. I think he's okay.
Yep, should be all right with Fountain Regen. Oh, Spirit Vessel, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Nope.
Nope, yeah, Spirit Vessel. Does matter. That'll get you.
Got him. And now, back on the land of the living, it's going to be the Bat Rider that dies as well.
Man, Immersion really wants that courier save.
And you can sort of feel it, too, this like desperation from Gambit to get
it's
these
coming.
things done.
Oh, this courier's so fat.
How big?
Oh, it's a fatty. Oh, it's going back. Oh, it's going to blink. It just came back for one blade. He's going to lose his. Oh, my God.
No, he's hanging out. Immersion knows it.
Oh, it's the fattest courier
Immersion,
ever.
no. Immersion, no. Immersion, no. It's
oh.
Oh.
Oh, my God. That was huge. How's that thing even flying? It's so heavy. Oh, this point booster on Ori is about to become a lot more threatening with the Aghanims. Hold that Viper Strike. Do not give way to a 30-second CD.
No, but I'm saying, like, the thing, too, is you can just feel that chase that they did for so long, wanting to get that kill onto Sven, and they end up suffering for it. Now the jump forward, this Bat Rider not able to do a thing. The chase forward, Immersion gets the courier, but he's losing his base. The Impale comes out, connects onto 2. Where's the follow-up afterwards? You really don't have all that much. Tusk does finally go down. That man's first death, but Now they can maybe find a little bit more. He buys back, a little bit upset about the situation. Vici taking down the barracks here in game number 3, 30-9.
Well, still holding though. I am a little impressed, honestly, but there we go. The split finally coming out here once more.
And now they have the lift up. If they want to use it onto anybody at all, they're going to take that Nyx into the air, pull him back down to earth, and then start beating into him underneath the tier 4 towers. Another good Impale comes out, as they have the false promise to try and save that Nyx's life. But still, eyes back on the prize. Fade and Paparazzi punching these melee barracks. They don't push incredibly fast, but when heroes start to die and cannot deal with the damage you're dealing, that is when the game turns fully around. Another round of it as well. This Ember Spirit is just tickling. They chase forward for Afterlife, trying to get that kill, but he's just back out of there. And Paparazzi giving the tip to Immersion.
They've got the tier 2s here. They got to breathe for a second.
No,
here
they
from
don't.
Gambit.
They're going for the tier 4 towers.
Yeah,
Vici has been here for a while.
Gambit need their moment. They need their. Okay, look, last is almost back up, guys. We might be able to get a good kill here. Just chill for a second.
They're losing their tier 4 towers.
Yeah, but you have to
chill.
wait for Lasso at least and try and get something in the fountain. That's all I'm saying. They've done their chilling. Yeah, indeed, now it is unfortunately time to go, and it's still going to be a really tough play.
Oh, pull Fade in there. Make this man die back. Take him down. He's broken. The Lone Druid is dead. He has buyback. Now time to try and check. Oh, the blink forward. Paparazzi.
Oh,
he just dismantled
Get
him.
out of my game.
That was beautiful. And Gambit, I believe it's time to type those 2 little letters.
Good Lord, talking about a style finish.
Paparazzi knows what he's doing, and GG finally called. Vici Gaming pulling it back and taking game number 3. They don't have to play again tomorrow. They get a break. Oh, look at that. The little fist bump. You don't always see that from this team.
You can see they're excited. They're like,
they're feeling it.
easy
ROTK's
game
getting in
3.
on the action. Oh, man. They're happy.
Wow, those early lanes, my God, Fade absolutely dominating this game. He did so much work on that Tusk. He made his hero look busted. Every time he popped tag team, he had 2 allies next to him. Just punching, getting that return kill on the Bat Rider to make sure he wasn't going to snowball out of control or anything, stop the bottle from coming out, really slowed down the momentum he was trying to build there. And Gambit just, I mean, once again, maybe looking a wee bit lost at the moment.
Man. Unfortunate for them as well, because again, this is a team that you look at and everybody was saying it's going to come down to these 2, and it really did. And I'm glad that we got the 3-game series out of it, because this is maybe going to be something that we could even see in the grand finals again. I wouldn't be fully surprised by that.
You know, I think my favorite part of this game was where the Viper just went to the jungle. I know, very exciting. But
Right.
he builds his Atos, and the second he finishes Atos, the Bane is there, the Tusk is there, and they smoke. And after they got 1 kill, they smoked again. And even though they didn't get a kill right away, they just wandered in circles on the dark side of the map. They were just like going, weaving through the trees, heading to all the neutral camps, like, well, we'll find someone eventually. And the range of initiation you saw from that Atos, it just, what else can you do in that early game? They managed to catch with the Ember again right at the 10-minute bounty runes. We didn't have level 6 yet. And they put a stop to pretty much all the options from Gambit. And really the Ember Spirit kind of felt like the big weak point there in that game, trying to secure him some farm, some levels. It costs the other cores so much.
Totally. And I mean, I guess it just goes to show, no matter how good of a counter it is you take with that Bat Rider last pick, if your lanes don't go good, if you start screwing around, getting a little bit too crazy in there, it falls apart pretty quickly.
Oh, it looked so good.
It did. It
but
really,
Vici,
really good.
they straight up outplayed them. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? You know, you can be the best team and the worst team, and it doesn't matter how great one team's draft is. It does come down to the gameplay, the actual lanies. You got to click some buttons. And Vici clicked the superior buttons, from TP scrolls to just stuns, the lane rotations. Every time they brought the 4th hero in, they got the kill before the other hero swapped back to the other lane. And they just built up an advantage where typically when you have to make those lane swaps and you're forced into those plays, you're losing out because you're saying, oh, it's inefficient. We have too many heroes. But not if you get a little kill before you go.
Easy peasy for Vici Gaming. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head back to the panel one last time today. 3 best of 3s, all done, setting up for 4 tomorrow. So we'll see you guys then. But first, back to the panel, see what they had to say.